Hey yo! Welcome back to the Dugout and Beyond. So with the NFL season now over, we have the schedule now built out with the first round bye for the NFC is the Philadelphia Eagles after having their win over the Giants. And then we have the number 7 seed is the Seattle Seahawks against the number 2 seed as the 49ers. The 6 seed is the Giants against the Vikings. The 5 seed is the Cowboys against the 4 seed, the Bucks. And the AFC we have is the bye is the Kansas City Royals. And then the 7th seed is the Dolphins. 2nd seed is the Bills. 4th is the Ravens. 3rd is the Bengals. 5th is the Chargers, and 4th is the Jaguars. So yeah, this is all gonna start on the 14th, which is wildcard weekend, which will be this coming weekend. Yeah, so we're gonna have this is of course now the end of the season, and of course we have all the other teams eliminated, and now having the Chicago Bears having the first overall pick in the upcoming draft. Yeah, so overall it was a very exciting season. We had many teams, of course, always on crazy different scenarios to get in. Some teams needed to have 9 things happen, while other teams, of course, had their own destiny out for themselves. And we had basically every game, for the most part. A lot of teams had it down to at least the last 2 weekends. Some had kind of clinched. Of course, you had some clinch. I think the Eagles and the Chiefs had clinched like 4 weeks before the season. Like they were just trying to figure out who had the first round and everything. But yeah, so again, very fun season for the most part. Of course, there's hundreds of injuries, and we did have, of course, the very unfortunate situation with Damar Hamlin happened last week, and thankfully he is now awake and talking. And if you had seen, a lot of the NFL was doing a lot of good stuff for him. Granted, it's kind of hard not to do good stuff for them, which is kind of weird, crazy how there was so many other stuff that was overshadowed by this whole situation, because like other quote-unquote celebrities had many medical issues also. But and we had actually another Bills, I think, personnel, like basically almost died also from helping save his family. Somehow, like, everything got overshadowed by Damar Hamlin, even though other things were also life-threatening. We also had Jeremy Renner, who is in the Avengers. He got ran over by his own snowplow, which, if you don't know what it looks like, it's apparently like a massive truck, It's not like a snowplow truck like you see on on the road, that a person puts a huge truck on. It's like a full-on like crane type of thing, and apparently he got ran over by it trying to either help out. I think I heard hearing stories that he was helping his family make something, or it was for like Universal or something, like a studio. But either way, he got hurt. Other people got hurt. Heart attacks. Yeah. Hopefully everyone recovers well. Has has everything good happen to them. Yeah. And now, of course, we have some good things happen in the NFL. For example, we have 3 teams from the NFL. 3 teams from the NFC East. Making the playoffs this year. From last year being considered the NFC least to this year being the NFC beast. It was kind of a crazy year how we are all so together. Most times we were very, very even. You know, it took till about week 12 when kind of say like the Giants and the Commanders start to kind of fall off, lose here and there. But in the end, the Giants did actually end up winning enough to push them over the edge. Yeah, so I'm gonna make some, of course, I'll make some more predictions as it goes on. But I think that with the Seahawks and 49ers, I think that the 49ers are gonna run through them. The 49ers are very powerful. They, especially after adding McCaffrey, you kind of just know I think that even though the Niners are coming in with basically Brock Purdy as their QB, number one, especially after Garoppolo is hurt, and of course Lance has been out the entire year. I still think that they have a great chance of winning this. They also have been winning. Like, it's not like they haven't been doing well. So I think it will be 49ers coming out on top on that one. That's on Saturday at 4:30 on Fox. We have the Giants playing the Vikings. I think actually, I will always always say this in my videos, always be unbiased, but I think the Giants can actually come out and do this. That game, they're 6 seed and Vikings are the 3 seed. But I think that the Giants can actually kind of pull some magic out and make this game happen for them in the end. It will be exciting, and of course it's not the 5 and 4 seed being right on top of each other, but yeah, this game is on Sunday at 4:30 Eastern on Fox. So yeah, I think that's I don't, not really, of course, in all non-specifics in this, but the Giants do have a lot of players out, but and the Vikings are also pretty sort of solid, but I think that there's always something that the Vikings do. I think that's a weird game in general, just because of the state of both those teams. But I think Justin Jefferson would have a great game, but I think the Giants will pull out some weird magic in the end, which they kind of very gratefully have been doing. Yeah. So and a big matchup with the Cowboys and Buccaneers. Prescott against Brady. This will be a really crazy game, especially with the weird up and down of the Bucs season, having them lose a couple in a row, winning a couple, losing, having to go through a divorce, having him basically Brady basically go off for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, have kind of see a vintage Brady come back a little bit, but I think that the Bucs will come out on top, but I think Brady will kind of bring out his magic and do some crazy good stuff. You got the 7th with Dolphins and Bills. I think the Bills got this. This is going to be the 3rd time they're playing against each other. They had Bills had a really heartbreaking loss the first time in Miami, and I just think that the Bills have just not that they have anything on them anymore to win, because of course Hamlin is here alive and talking with them. But I think that they just have that, they're so on fire right now that they just need to, they're going to kind of do very well in the playoffs, I think. So yeah, I think that the Bills might pull it off, especially with all the weapons they have. And they do have, they have the fire in them right now that it's just burning so deep. This is a matchup that I think that the Bengals will win. The Ravens don't have Lamar. They're bringing out Huntley, so they're gonna it's weird. You of course have teams with very no names. The Ravens are just so average that they kind of just made it in. Even though they are the 6th seed and not the 7th, the Ravens. Again, this is such a weird average game that I think that the Bengals will just end up winning because, of course, they were in the playoffs last year. I think the Ravens were too, but they have not been like that powerhouse team that we all thought they were. And of course, we had Lamar being out and not having, because of course this was basically his contract year, looking for that massive off-season deal that he did not get from the Ravens last year. But hey, that's all we can just see and hope. This is gonna be. I think that the Bengals will just run away with this. Chase and Burrow will both just kind of go off. They'll connect on so many throws. I think that Jamar Chase will have about two touchdowns that game, and I think actually I think it will be about a 3 touchdown game for them at least, with Burrow running in for a touchdown. And lastly, we have Chargers and Jaguars. I think that this is going to be a weird game also. I think that this is kind of teams that have not really been in the playoffs much, especially for the Jaguars since 2017. But they're connecting on so many levels that it just looks like they're at least gonna make. I think the Jaguars are gonna win this one by honestly a field goal. I don't know if they have the lines out, but late in the week, once that happens, I will be updating probably on those lines, especially if some of them are crazy. I'm sure, especially for the championship game tonight for Georgia against TCU. It opened up at 13 and a half, I think 14, which, if you don't know, that's two touchdowns and 2 field goals. But I think that line has actually come down a little bit. But yeah, I'm sure that some of these lines are going to be opening up as crazy numbers. And yeah, we're going to see I think we're going to see some crazy outcomes. And I'm excited. Of course, it's playoff time. And of course, comes wild card weekend first. So I hope. Hey, comment if your team made it in. Comment if you are a Bears fan and you have the first round pick and who you first overall pick. And will you be picking Bryce Young from Alabama, or do you think you'll be going somewhere else with that pick? Yeah. As always. If you like the video, that'd be awesome to click that like button. Subscribe for more updates to come on everything sports and other stuff in general. And comments, anything you want. I'll be looking at them and replying back. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.